Alcohol has strained our relationship. Drinking too much can cause harm to friends, family members, and loved ones. By drinking less, we will save our relationship. If you or a loved one is looking for help, find a treatment facility near you at findtreatment.gov. For immediate support, call, text, or chat 988.
Brought to you by Nebraska DHHS in partnership with SAMHSA.
Live from the heart of Lincoln, America, welcome to Ticket Weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right. Well, this is Big Red Esports. We took a very long hiatus over the football season because it's hard to compete with Husker football. I am one of your hosts. My name is Z. I am the club president for the Nebraska Esports team, and this is my co-host for today.
Yo, what up, gang?
This is Jack.
What an intro.
Yeah, this is truly an intro. And then we also have our lovely producer over here in the corner.
Woo!
Today I have to do some updates because obviously it's been a hot minute.
Oh yeah.
So we're gonna go over. Well, we've been competing in this thing called the Big Esports Conference, which is a bunch of Big 10 schools who came together to compete in esports. Obviously, we have our Valorant team. We have Super Smash Bros. Playing. We have the Overwatch team and oh my goodness, who else is playing in that? I should know. Off the top of my head, those are the ones I can remember.
Is there Rainbow?
We have Rainbow Six Siege. It is not in the Big Esports Conference. Our
sense.
Rainbow Six team is actually playing the Midwest Rainbow Six League, which we've had issues with scheduling lately because a lot of our players, well, not a lot, but majority of our team is ROTC, which makes scheduling super difficult.
Yeah.
But we're working on it recently. It's a lot of management. We're getting back into, teaching people how to manage their teams a little bit better with that stuff. I mean, a lot of our club stuff is all student managed. So it's basically all these kids haven't ever been in charge of a team before, and we're trying to teach them those leadership skills, which is really important. It's awesome to see. It just takes a little bit of time. This is a brand new team, so it's a little rough, but we're going to get past that patch and it's going to be way better in the future. And then on top of that, we had a Call of Duty tournament that we hosted called the Corn Cup. We invited a bunch of colleges to it, and we swept. We didn't drop I don't think we dropped a single game. And we just completely dominated that tournament, which was awesome.
Let's freaking go.
It was really cool. And then I think our league team is doing pretty good. We have 2 league teams now, which is awesome. And we actually we're getting to go to Ohio for the Big Esports Conference LAN, which is like an in-person event. If you didn't know, LAN is like basically you're all in the same Wi-Fi is technically what it kind of means. So it's a big old LAN party. We all get to go and compete in Ohio. We're going to take a bunch of teams. We're super excited to go meet and talk to the other Big 10 schools and just, see the influence of esports on other colleges. That's always super exciting.
Mhm.
But that is not the topic of today. That was just our brief update. Oh, also to add, we did Glow Big Red and we raised...
How did that go?
We raised $7,000.
Nice.
We were the top donated to student organization, which was super exciting. We made $7,400 or something like that, which blew our mind. It was amazing. We are so thankful for our supporters. We have an amazing group of people and our members too. Our members also donated, which I was shocked by because I feel like the poor college student experience is a very universal one. But I mean, it was awesome just to see the support that came out for that. So it was cool. But we're actually going to be talking about Nintendo, throwing it back a little bit here. We have our Nintendo aficionado here with us.
If you're on the video stream, he's got the Mario shirt.
He does. He has our Mario Kart shirt today, which actually we have a Mario Kart tournament going on.
Oh, really?
Yes, it's going to be in the Union. And we're just, we're having fun. There's top prizes for the top 3 placements.
It's not going to be me.
Which I know what the prizes are. No one else knows what the prizes are. But
I think I snuck a peek last night.
Oh, that's right. Cool. Yeah. So we're really excited about that today. We're going to have to rush over after the show, but we're hyped. We're ready. So we're going to get on topic Nintendo just to get hyped for that.
Yeah.
Jack, what is your favorite Nintendo game?
I really like. Well, right now I really like playing Super Smash Brothers Ultimate. I just like playing that very late into the night with my brothers. I think that's super enjoyable, and I think that's a huge part of how we communicate and relax now. Because as siblings grow older, or like growing up with siblings, you're sort of just like, yeah, this kid's pretty annoying, you know. And then like as you grow older, they sort of mellow out, and you're just like, you know what? I'm gonna suddenly and inexplicably stop being annoying to you, which
Yeah.
is really nice.
You
And
you
so
you get to a point where you're like, actually, I am gonna be your friend now.
yeah,
You're cool now. That's cool. Yeah.
so that's been pretty great. I'm still not amazing at the game, but
There's a lot of
it's
tech
fine.
with Super Smash Bros.
There's a lot of tech.
Like, it's complicated.
Yeah, unfortunately, I have to dedicate my life to other things like school and work and not just
Not play
video
video
games. I
games.
know. Sad.
We're
We're working our way up there.
we can't just be like the kid in his mom's basement playing video games all day.
No, we can't.
That's not our career path, unfortunately. You do stream though.
I do stream though. Shout outs to Jack the Raccoon on Twitch with 1C because I can't spell.
Oh yeah, I forgot that's how it's spelled.
Yeah.
What are you playing through right now?
What am I playing through right now? Well, right now, I just did a follower goal poll to see what game I should play next because I'm sort of in between things. And right now, I think Five Nights at Freddy's won along with Doom Eternal, which is very off-brand for me.
That is
both
very
of those,
off-brand.
because I'm like family-friendly, super squeaky clean, and I'm just gonna be like, all right, we're playing Doom Eternal today, boys.
I actually don't know the full plot to Doom.
I don't either.
I know that it's a lot of shooting.
Yeah,
It's very
well,
I've
gory.
never played
Well,
it.
you're killing demons,
Oh,
from what I
okay.
understand.
Okay,
so
so
it's still good.
it's
Don't
still
worry. You're
decently on
still on
brand.
the side of good.
No, I know that it gets pretty gory though.
It does. So I might have to put up like a little tag at the front, just saying, "Hey, if you have like children under like 6, might not
Maybe-
want to watch this one."
Maybe not scar your kids for life with that one.
Yeah.
I do know that Doom is also memed upon because people just play it on everything.
Oh yeah, and then also like Animal Crossing.
That's true.
Helped
So like
in Doom.
the meme with Doom being able to be played on everything is that people will play Doom on like they'll hook up a toaster and
Yes.
they'll program it so that you can play Doom with a toaster, or even they'll play Doom on like a TI TI 80 calculator or something like that.
Yeah.
It is.
really?
Yeah, they just program it that way. There's people who play it on crazy things. I can't even remember all the other ones.
I remember one was like somebody used like 12 crabs in a cage
Oh,
to
that's
simulate a binary switch. And so they're just like, hey, if we have like 12,000 crabs or something, we can run Doom on biological crabs. So
There's just stuff like that. Like, or there's also a fish that's playing Elden Ring.
oh, that's right. I heard about that.
Yeah,
That's wild. He's
he's
still probably
doing
better at the
well.
game than me.
He's doing good. He's like
Oh
pretty
my
high level.
gosh.
It's kind of crazy.
I have sub-fish intelligence. Mom was right.
And then I know the last pick that was tied for your poll was CDI Zelda.
Yeah,
Chris?
so the infamous Zelda CDI games. If you've never seen YouTube poops, this was like back like gosh, it has to be like 15 years ago, which makes me feel like a freaking dinosaur. They would make like these terrible, terrible games. Okay, so now I got to get into the backstory because
This is what
I
we're
know a
here
lot about
for.
this. So the PlayStation, right, really took off. Well, that was supposed to be a brand deal, as far as I remember, between Sony and Nintendo to make a video game console. But at the last minute, Nintendo got a better deal with Philips, which I mean, both Sony and Philips were, I guess, like DVD companies at the time or whatever. Maybe this was before DVDs. I don't know.
We'll check
Wow,
our
my age
timeline.
is showing. So yeah, Nintendo pulled out of that deal with Sony without telling them about it, by the way. And and
Just
then went
ghosted.
into Philips to make the Philips CDI, which was a disk drive console, which was what the PlayStation was supposed to be. And so Nintendo's just like, this is probably the safer bet. CDI is awful. It bombs financially. The games for it are all horrible. And they are known for being the worst officially licensed Nintendo games ever. Whereas like the PlayStation is a household name.
Yeah.
So that was kind of funny. But yeah, basically CDI Zelda, the most infamously terrible Zelda games. I mean, yeah, ever. Go look them up sometime. You'll see some really funny videos by like Peanut Butter Gamer or something that goes over it.
There's a specific like merchant, right?
Oh yeah, Morshoe. It's just like lamp oil, rope, bombs. You want them? They're
It-
yours, my friend.
And the animation for like his cutscene is really smooth, but it's just so funny to look at. And so there's a video of him reading the entire Bible. Like it was before AI, so they just stitched together his voice over and
It's
over
like,
again
in the beginning, God
to make
created
it sound like the
the
Bible,
earth.
which was that's like a whole.
Yeah,
I want to
it's
say
like an
I was gonna say,
18-hour long
it's like
YouTube
a really
video,
long video.
and I'm just like, oh my gosh.
So that's like a whole thing in the community of. I mean, there's a reason why you don't hear about CDI, is that it just bombed so hard.
Yeah, and for good reason too.
It's just not good.
For good
terrible.
reason.
Yeah.
Right. And then I guess you also I watched Jack stream quite a bit. We were going through Mario the RPG.
Yeah,
game.
I like that. Or
And
I liked that
was the
game.
new one.
Yes, it was.
Too.
I remember playing Mario RPG on the Wii U, the virtual console, where you can play like old games from the 90s for like $5. And I remember my uncle was the one who told me, like, oh yeah, there's this game called Mario RPG that you should play. It's really fun. And I'm just like, that is the most default sounding like working title name I've ever seen.
They
To
just
where it's
never
just
finished
like-
naming it.
Yeah, they just never finished naming it, I guess. But it's a fantastic game. It's only like 8 hours long, but like I'm very impressed with the pacing of the game, how much they're able to get you to care about the characters. It's the first time Mario had lore, and then they never reference it again, and I'm sad. But they at least brought back the original characters, and the soundtrack is great, and it has the frog coins, and I know you like the frog coins, Z.
I am known for being obsessed with frogs, yes.
Yeah, and so whenever I got a frog coin, I'm just like, Z will be happy now.
There's a special noise when you get a
Yeah.
frog coin. And so I would tune into the stream, I would go do homework, and then I would hear the noise go off. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's a frog.
I know it. It's so dopamine inducing.
Because they're like hidden.
They
they're-
are.
They're little Easter egg coins. They're like the large coins in the Mario games where you have to go find ways to get to them.
Yeah. They're super fun, and you can actually buy things with them.
Yes, they're
Wow.
useful.
Imagine buying things with money. That's crazy. And not just hoarding it like you're Scrooge McDuck or something.
Swimming in money.
Yeah. I wish
No.
I could swim in money.
Most college students probably would
I'm just
too.
swimming in debt, which is lack of money.
welcome to the college experience. You know, that's just how life is. We'll pay it off eventually.
We'll pay it off.
We don't have to worry
eventually.
about that now.
Yeah, don't worry.
One of my favorite clips from your stream of the Mario RPG is when you had to explain what Yoshi feet look like.
Yeah, so one reason why this game, Mario RPG, the remake was so big is because it was a collaboration between Nintendo and Square Enix, who at the time were like considered like completely different genre-wise. Because like Mario's known for being like stupidly simple, and Square Enix is just like, oh, you have Final Fantasy, or like, oh, you got Chrono Trigger, amazing, outstanding stories, and then Mario. And
Princess is another castle.
yeah, they made a bunch of like great OCs for the Mario universe that are never referenced again because a whole bunch of legal duct tape. But one of the characters is an evil Yoshi named Boshi, and Boshi is like this gangster, not gangster, but like biker boy. Basically, he like has like the black shades and like a jacket, like a leather jacket, and he wears sandals instead of shoes that Yoshis usually wear. And you're able to see like these clawed dinosaur feet. And the original game was like 16-bit, so like you couldn't really make out hardly any details on the character. But like in the HD remake, I'm just like, I can see everything with so much detail. And I'm just like, oh, wow, this is really cool. But then also when I got to Boshi and I saw the sandals he wore, a thought popped into my head. And after I'm done like reading his dialogue or whatever, I'm just like, oh yeah, chat, just in case you're curious, that's what Yoshi feet look like. And then I zoom in on his little sandals.
And it's like the rest of, if you've
It
ever
was so out of
seen-
pocket.
if
It
you-
was so out of
it really
pocket.
was if you've ever seen a Yoshi, they're very smooth, very round characters, very cartoonish. And then his feet are like the most graphically, like, I don't even know. They're so rendered, and it's like veiny dinosaur feet. And I'm just like, this is what Yoshi feet look like. I was just
This is something I
was-
gotta look up after.
It was
Yeah, definitely
it's
look up Yoshi
interesting,
feet
for
after
sure.
this.
Well, okay, maybe look
No.
up like the
Boshi.
Boshi's feet and the Mario RPG remake. Don't look up just Yoshi's feet. You might get some weird
Yeah.
search suggestions.
We do a little trolling.
No, that's horrid. But yeah, I was wondering like, oh yeah, these are new characters I've never heard about ever in my entire life in the Mario franchise, and they're just, I got so attached to them
I know.
in the RPG game because it's like, oh,
Gino's really cool.
Gino's a really cool character. He's like a doll like that came to life. He's Pinocchio essentially.
Yeah, he's basically what if Pinocchio had like Iron Man like technology to where like this wooden puppet like suddenly like grows like cannons out of his arms or
He's like
whatever.
Astro Boy mixed with
Pretty
Pinocchio.
much, yeah. And he's just like, oh, we have to repair the Star Road so that everyone's dreams can come true. Because if we don't have everyone's dreams come true, Mario will never be able to rescue Princess Peach again. And Bowser's just like, well, I don't have a problem with that. But Bowser's had his castle taken over by this other guy, Smithy. And Gino's just like, well, yeah, but if Mario can't save the day, you'll never get your castle back again. Bowser's just like, oh, I got to choose between my crib and my girl.
This is obviously
And
a tragedy.
the house always wins, I guess. So Bowser goes with them to save the day, which is the first time you play as Bowser too. So that's really
Oh my
interesting.
gosh, I didn't realize that. But
So
are there other games where Bowser and Mario like team up?
yeah, it's usually like some sort of end of the world scenario. Like in Super Paper Mario, Bowser's just like,
Oh my
oh,
God.
I have to stop this other guy, like this evil Count Dracula looking guy from destroying every universe in the multiverse. Wow, they did multiverse before it was cool. Take that MCU.
Oh no,
but,
don't
like,
pull them out, please.
Don't.
don't
You might
do
get
that.
some angry people.
Oh,
I
that's
know,
true.
We might get attacked.
The hate will flow.
We might get some comments here.
Okay.
No
well,
worries.
this is my official forefront into controversy. I'm so excited.
Jack is prepared to be canceled over this.
No, I'm not.
He takes it back.
I'm sorry. But yeah. Bowser's just like, well, I guess if he's gonna destroy all worlds, it means I can't be with Peach, so I guess I'll join you, Mario. So,
Wait, is it like canonical besides like the Mario movie that he actually likes Peach?
yes.
Really?
Yes.
I just
that's-
thought he was
that's
like
not
wanting
something
to
they
get
made up.
back at Mario for something.
No. Well, yes, but also
Did you
no.
not watch the Mario movie?
No, what I'm saying is it was that a concept before the Mario movie.
Yeah.
I didn't
It-
realize
it's-
that. As a kid, I was like, oh no, it's just like evil man likes to capture princess. That
Well,
was just like the thought process.
That is something that like dragons do a lot in
Yeah.
like legends and stuff.
Is it
they
because
ju-
they want
they just
the woman?
kidnap women? And,
And that's what I was like, oh, he's like a dragon. Maybe he just kidnaps it because he's evil. I didn't realize maybe he had a romantic interest in her.
yeah,
I'm realizing too many things today.
yeah. No, you learn a lot.
Like I knew it was a thing in the Mario movie, but I didn't realize it was like a a consistent theme.
No, it's like one of Bowser's funniest bits, honestly, is he's just like,
It's actually just a bit. He's just
Peach.
doing it for the bit.
yeah,
That's so funny. I didn't even realize that.
yeah.
But yeah, no, but we forget about Daisy. We don't need Daisy.
Honestly, based.
No!
But now the hate's really gonna flow in.
Bro.
Yo, Daisy. We're forgetting about Daisy? Actually, I don't even know Daisy's lore.
So
Does she even have any?
Well, he
Daisy's
would know.
I'm trying to think about where a good place to start would be.
Oh, there's
Um,
like a beginning?
Basically, Daisy's the princess of another kingdom, and like called Sarasa Land, and that's a really hard name to pronounce. So if I pronounce it wrong, I'm sorry. But yeah, she just rules the Sand Kingdom, and she's only in like one game before the new game Mario Wonder, which is really cool because that's the first time you can play as her, which is sick because you're just rescuing her. Basically, they're just like, we'd like a princess for Mario to rescue in this one game, but I mean, this place clearly isn't the same location as the other games we previously had. So let's just make an entirely like palette swap character of Peach, and we'll just give it the Sonic OC treatment. It's just like original character, do not steal. And that was how Daisy began, and then she slowly developed her own tomboyish personality, which is really cool.
I was
But
like, she was
Rosalina's
always
better.
Tougher. Oh no. I was like, Daisy always seemed like supposedly tougher. Like she was supposed to be portrayed that way.
Yeah, honestly, I'd really like it if she was in like a Mario movie too. Please make a Mario movie too, Nintendo.
They're going to.
Oh yeah,
There's
I
no
know.
way they
I
don't.
mean, they did leave it off
the
on,
more
like,
$1 billion from the first movie. They'll probably just be like, we haven't done something like this before, but when we did do it, we made actually $1 billion. So
Nintendo's
maybe we should do it again.
Nintendo's very money motivated. If
Oh,
you
yes.
couldn't tell by all of the remakes and all of the
Yes.
series of games that just are successful because it's the same characters that people love.
Well, I mean, yeah, there is a lot of power in just making characters that people remember, and by doing
True.
fun things with them.
That's very true. I didn't realize that she was the princess of the sand desert area.
Yeah.
And that's like the reference to every sand map on every other Nintendo thing.
I hope so. That'd be cool. It's so
A
dumb
callback
how
would be
they
nice.
they have all these like literally most of the desert worlds in Mario are just called Desert Land. And I'm just like, brother.
We could have been so much more creative, but they also
Yeah.
did the Super Mario RPG, so
Yeah.
I guess
so
we
they
can't-
they can do something right every once in a while.
the naming we need to work on.
The naming we need to work on, but it's hard to name things.
That's true.
I've tried doing like some writing myself, and it's so hard to come up with creative names, and then like that don't sound like ChatGPT made it. And then when I actually ask ChatGPT to come up with names to like help spark some ideas, I'm just like, ChatGPT somehow comes up with worse stuff, and so it's just like that validates me as a living, breathing human. So that's nice.
Yeah, I mean, ChatGPT just pulls off of whatever's already available, and it just kind of shows.
Yeah.
Naming is hard.
Naming is hard.
With that, while we think of some more titles for the upcoming segments, we're gonna go on a break real quick. So we'll see you after that.
The Omaha Supernovas are back in action this Sunday, February 25th versus the Orlando Valkyries at Addition Financial Arena in Orlando. The Mullen Motors pregame show with Derek Pearson and Renee Saunders starts at 1 p.m. with first serve at 2. Make sure to tune in to the next Ag Appraisal and Realty postgame show right after the match ends. Catch all the action on your flagship station, 93.7 The Ticket, and statewide on the Supernovas Radio Network.
You're counting on your team to win, so why not prove it? At Warhorse Sportsbook, their win is your win. Put your money where your mouth is on nearly every sporting event. Use the Warhorse app to check odds and build your bets before placing your wagers in person at Warhorse Casino in Lincoln or Horseman's Park in Omaha, including live in-game betting. No bets, no glory. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
When you're high, you feel different. You think different, you talk different, you draw different, you listen to music different, but you probably knew that. Problem is, you also drive different, and not in a good way. That's why driving high is illegal everywhere. So if you're high, just don't drive. Make a plan to get a sober ride. Because if you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
The Mill Coffee and Tea, formerly with 4 Lincoln locations, but now 5 Lincoln locations. That's 25% more locations than there used to be. Can you even imagine a world where there's only 4 Lincoln Mill locations? Feels like ages ago. We were all so young then. The Mill on 11, located right alongside the 93.7 The Ticket Studios at 1040 O Street.
The Omaha Supernovas are back in action this Sunday, February 25th versus the Orlando Valkyries at Edition Financial Arena in Orlando. The Mullen Motors pregame show with Derek Pearson and Renee Saunders starts at 1 p.m. with first serve at 2. Make sure to tune in to the next Ag Appraisal and Realty postgame show right after the match ends. Catch all the action on your flagship station, 93.7 The Ticket, and statewide on the Supernovas Radio Network.
Hello, everybody. It's Charlie Stone, and here with me is Andy Goodyear of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, I hear that new Honda manufacturing continues to go up, and you have new Hondas in stock now.
That's correct, Charlie. We have more than 40 new Hondas in stock right now. It's great that a customer can come in and buy a new Honda and drive it home that day. New Honda inventory keeps getting better each month.
Okay, then. How about used cars, Andy?
We have more than 100 pre-owned vehicles to choose from right now, and a lot of fresh trade-ins are coming in daily. We have just about every maker model you can imagine in any price range.
Thanks again, Andy. People love the selection and great service at Honda of Lincoln. Maybe it's time you come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. At 4 a.m, my phone rang. They said, "I regret to inform you that your husband was wounded in action." Victor sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury. I was doing school full-time, and I was also then caring for Victor. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself. I just didn't want to forget that I also had goals and that I also had a life. What I did is I challenged Victor to meet me halfway. There are almost 6 million military and veteran caregivers across the nation. We have our own journey, and we can fulfill that journey at the same time that we are helping our loved one.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey and better care for your loved one and yourself. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
I could write a commercial telling you how great waffle weekends are at the chocolate season. Or I could just have Rico read you the menu.
Banana Nutella. Nutella topped Belgian waffle with homemade whipped cream, chocolate chips, and freshly sliced bananas. Baconator. Buttermilk waffle with bacon slices tucked inside, topped with salted whipped butter, caramelized pecans, and pure maple syrup.
Waffle weekend brunches at the chocolate season.
PB&J.
40th and Old Cheney or online at thechocolateseason.com.
John Henry's has a brand new membership club to protect your entire home in one program. With a VIP and a deluxe option, we will help you find the plan that best fits your needs. Receive discounts on services and equipment, priority service, complimentary inspections, and so much more. Protect your home's plumbing, heating, cooling, and electrical systems all in one membership. Call John Henry's to learn more.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
And electrical.
I think it's just vapor. Vaping is safer than smoking, isn't it?
There's really not even that much nicotine in them, right?
One vape pod has as much nicotine as one pack of cigarettes.
My kid
knows it's dangerous. 5.4 million American kids vape, and most think it's harmless. Get your head out of the cloud. Talk to your kid about vaping. Visit talkaboutvaping.org. That's talkaboutvaping.org. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
Back to the Ticket weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back after the break. I hope you guys had a lovely time. Grab yourself some drinks or water, whatever you need. We're actually going to switch the topic to Mario Kart here because that's what Jack's shirt says, and also because that's the tournament we're holding today. We were just discussing a little bit over the break our nostalgia about the Mario Kart and how it's changed a lot since we first started playing. I started on GameCube personally for Mario Kart. Double Dash was one of my favorites. I never drove because this is the one where you could have someone on the back of your cart to throw things for you, and you could throw your powers. So like the person on the back of the cart had their own special powers that they could use to hinder other people in the game. So I always was just the utility. I never actually drove, but I mean I loved the game regardless. But I mean we all started in different spots, I feel like.
Yeah, so I think, wow, that actually is a blast from the hecking past because I have a very distinct memory from when I was like 3 years old. My parents were talking super late at like my aunt and uncle's house, and my cousin was playing video games on the TV, and he was just like, "Hey, do you want to come see what I'm doing?" And he was on the character select screen for Mario Kart Double Dash, and it was so distinct to me because I was just like, "Who do you want me to choose?" And I'm just like, "I don't know, choose whatever you want." And he chose Baby Mario and Baby Luigi. And when I saw, I didn't actually see a race because, of course, then my parents leave. But I remember like going back to play it at a friend's house like a year ago, and when I saw the character select screen, I was just like, "Holy moly, core memory unlocked." But yeah, the first Mario Kart game I played was Wii.
The best one.
The best one.
Best one.
But then I took a long break from that because Mario Kart 8 came out on the Wii U, and that was a new one. And then Mario Kart 8 came out on the Switch, so that's the new one. And I got really good at that. But I used to be great at the one on the Wii. But now, as I was saying before during the break, is that my girlfriend never stopped playing Mario Kart on the Wii. And so whenever we play that together, she just absolutely steamrolls me every single time. And if like 9-year-old me knew that this would be the case, I don't know whether he would be extremely happy that my girlfriend can do that, or he would be extremely upset that my skills have degraded.
You'd get back on that grind.
I do need to get back on that grind. It's just the Wii wheel for Mario Kart. There's nothing like it.
I
You
have
know,
them.
I mean, I also have them still, but it's
Okay.
just like I haven't done it in so long. And when you're used to using like
The GameCube controller.
the GameCube controller or like the Switch controller, like with the sticks and the buttons to steer your cart, going back to motion controls is wacky. You're just like, oh.
Also,
Now
like,
I know how my
getting
parents
drift
feel.
too. Like the drift is so weird now, especially when you have to go back from like pressing a button to do drifting to like
Turning
doing
the
it
wheel
the right
like
way.
back and forth.
Yeah, like it's so different.
I always did automatic as a kid. Did you do manual?
My brother always did manual because he was actually good at the game. Like,
Wow.
I think
he was crazy good at like drifting manually. I always had automatic because I could not figure it out.
Yeah, I think manual was better, but
It was better
was
because you had more
harder.
control, but it was just incredibly hard to like get the mechanics down for it.
Yeah.
All right. Who is your Mario Kart main? Or like,
Z, you can go first.
if it changed over time, who was your first Mario Kart
Okay,
main?
so my first Mario Kart main in wait, was that in Double Dash?
Yeah,
That was always Peach and Daisy.
let's go.
I was always at like Peach and Daisy. And then in Wii and onwards, always Shy Guy.
Shy Guy.
Shy Guy was my go-to guy, or Dry Bones. So it's
Dry
Shy Guy or Dry
Bones.
Bones. Those are my go-tos. I was told during the break that if you could fall off the map, you shouldn't pick small characters.
Yes. Wait, that's like the
because
one use for weight class besides for acceleration
I
speed.
fall all the time. So maybe that's my fatal flaw, is that I just use smaller characters, but I like how they look. I think they are
They're
characters
very
that need more
petite.
love. They do not get enough love.
I agree.
Okay, well,
The
what
Dry
about you
Bones
guys?
fandom is dying. And we'll leave it at that.
I was like, don't finish that joke.
Well, Dry Bones is dead.
He
so
is
that
dead.
makes sense.
All right, then I guess I went. So what are your guys' Mario Kart mains?
I guess I can go first. So, I would say when I first started playing, it was Yoshi because I just thought Yoshi was like cool. But
Yoshi
then,
is cool.
I found out that Bowser was like super even more cool. So, it was Bowser because I could just bully people. So yeah, I would say Bowser.
Okay, yeah, that's another thing we talked about is that like you actually did use Bowser's weight to like shove other people off the track.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm just like,
I bully
that's
people.
so cool. I respect that.
I don't play for other people's fun. I play for my fun.
That's right.
And my fun is winning.
Exactly. Except my brother was always way better at Mario Kart.
I feel that. I just know there's no way I was winning ever.
The suffering of others is the most amusing thing there is.
Why is America's funniest home videos popular? Because we laugh at people falling.
Exactly. And you can laugh at other people falling off Rainbow Road. It
no.
did suck on the Wii version how you had to play the single player mode in order to unlock the other tracks.
That's right.
And
I don't even remember that. Yeah.
Well, I remember it because like this was one of the first things I like actually looked up on the internet myself was how to unlock the other Mario Kart tracks. And it was just like, oh, you have to play in single player mode. I'm just like, but I only play this game with like my 4 siblings. Why why do I have to go into single player mode? So like whenever they were asleep, because I'm the oldest, whenever they were asleep, I would just be like, all right, it's time to grind Mario Kart. And I unlocked Rainbow Road. And I remember my first time playing Rainbow Road was at a friend's house. And I was just like, whoa, what's that course? That course looks beautiful. And they're just like, oh, you don't want to pick that one. You definitely don't want to pick that one. And I'm just like, I'm going to pick that one. And I immediate regret. But also, Mario Kart Wii Rainbow Road was an absolute banger.
Also, the music was
Oh,
really
yeah.
good. The
The
music
music
for
is
Rainbow Road,
outstanding.
Once you
amazing.
got Rainbow Road down, it was like my favorite map.
Oh yeah, I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
you had to get used to it and like know how to do your turns. And
Yeah,
you were fine.
knowing how to do the turns, especially for the Wii one, is really important because I remember, because I still fail at it now. Is there's this one turn right before like the launch cannon that like
Yeah.
shoots you off. There's this one like weird S-shaped turn where there's like a rail on the inside or like a fence on the inside. And if you bump into that rail,
It bounces you
It's
out.
positioned in just such a way to where it bounces you out of the course.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, the rail that's supposed to protect you is actually just a death sentence. And I
Yes.
just think it's kind of based,
I
honestly.
feel like that's Nintendo like telling you not to trust it like
Yeah.
at all. Like you shouldn't rely on like having to hit like railings.
Yeah, it's a get good scrub.
Yeah.
Uh,
That was definitely a skill check right there.
yeah. Oh, but I forgot. I didn't mention my main.
You didn't. I was gonna
Okay.
ask.
Okay. So I actually used to main Toad first because I was
Toad.
just like, oh, he's just a little guy.
You're just a little guy.
He's just a little guy. And I thought he looked sort of funny. And I was just like, I thought his voice was very funny. And I'm just like, yeah. And
I was
so,
not expecting that.
That was good. I was like really, really good.
and so I'm just like, I like this character. I think the fact that he wears a diaper is kind of weird, but you know what? I can dig it.
He's a man child.
We can look past
Exactly.
it. We can move on.
This is what high fashion looks like.
Fashion Week was just in Omaha.
See, I have bad memories for Toad because on Super Mario Bros, I had a brother and a sister. Yeah,
Yes.
they always played Mario and Luigi. I always got stuck on Toad.
Yeah.
So I don't like Toad.
Which
You were
Toad
always
were you?
player
Were you
3.
yellow or blue Toad?
I don't remember. I think I was yellow. No, I think I was blue. I think I was
was-
blue. And then they would always, so then if you would jump on somebody's head to like get to something high, they always jump on my head because they said because my head was bigger and made them go higher. And I was like, that's not true. But they said that anyways because I had a
Skill
hot
check.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you had the big old hat.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it's his head,
Gosh.
but yeah.
So
Actually,
that's why I
Is
don't
it a
like
hat?
Toad.
Or is it their head?
So, gosh, my girlfriend is gonna absolutely go nuts that I mentioned this, but in the Mario cartoon from the 80s, one of the first episodes is, oh no, we have to rescue Toad from this like flying thing that like captured him because it thinks it's its baby or whatever.
I
And
remember
so
this episode.
the Birdo,
Yeah.
who's also a Mario Kart character. Birdo has wings for some reason in that cartoon. It's
Purple
very
dinosaur.
strange.
With
But
like a
yeah, with like a big snoot.
yeah.
And so Birdo's just like, all right, we're at 30,000 feet. It's time to drop you off, Toad, for your flying lessons. So she just drops Toad into a ravine, basically. And Toad's just falling. And of course, like that's when they do like the commercial break or whatever, is while Toad's falling. And then like when you come back, Toad's falling. And it's just like, ah! And she's like, oh yeah, that's right. My parachute. And then he takes the mushroom off of his head and it like inflates into like this huge parachute and he lands down safely. And you can see like he has like a completely bald head, except for like this Diary of a Wimpy Kid looking like 3 little hairs coming out the top of his head. And that's extremely cursed. And I'm just like, that's not canon. That's not canon.
What else is it supposed to look like?
So wait, is it actually part of their head?
Well,
Like,
I think
canonically?
nowadays it is part of their head. I think they're
But
actively trying to scrub that out.
I remember that episode because I remember being so terrified for Toad.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, oh my gosh, he's like actually gonna die.
Yeah, he's gonna die. But he doesn't.
No, because he has
Yeah.
his parachute.
And then eventually I developed what every older sibling has, where it's just like I gotta play as the main character. So that's why I became
Player
a Mario
one.
main. And yes, I actually did also main Blue Toad on New Super Mario Brothers. We until I had oldest sibling must be player one syndrome. And I mained Mario instead, but Blue Toad has a special place
Has
in
a
my
soft
heart.
spot.
Yeah. Shout outs to Blue Toad mains.
I was like,
I don't want the shout out. I hate it. I hated it.
I was the youngest sibling, so I feel you. I was
Bro.
like, dude, I could never be player one.
We got text on text when I said I used to cheat on the N64 Rainbow Road when I jumped from track to track. Never missed.
Yeah.
Oh, you can do that?
Yeah, that's the thing about
Same
Rainbow
thing with
Road.
the Wii.
If-
There's
if-
some cheats on that
Well,
one.
I knew there was a couple, but like, I
So-
just didn't realize the tech went that deep.
No, on the N64 Rainbow Road, it's actually a really big meme in that niche community. So, go off Oomphy. But there's, if you look up Mario Kart 64 on like Discord GIFs or whatever, one of the first results that pops up is Wario jumping across half of Rainbow Road. And it says something like, I operate on a different level. Because like the first half of the stage, it's one huge track, by the way. So it takes like 3 minutes to drive one lap around the whole thing.
I think
But
I'm
you can
remembering
skip
now.
half the stage because the first part is like miles above everything else. So if you just jump off the railing, you go like, sorry, I probably shouldn't whistle into the mic.
The sound effects make it better.
Yeah, and then you land halfway through the track, and that's how Mario Kart Rainbow Road is boring.
Well, with this amazing tech breakthrough, we're gonna go on a break ourselves. So we'll see you right back in a minute.
Bye-bye.
If you want all the latest technologies from those big banks, but you also want that hometown feel when you walk in the front doors, choose Midwest Bank. They have top-notch technology. They make banking so easy, and they also have the friendliest staff, who will take their time to get to know you and treat you like family. You get the best of both worlds when you choose Midwest Bank. I live on the go, and now I can bank on the go. With Midwest Bank, I have everything I need at my fingertips. I'm volleyball player Allie Batenhorst, and at Midwest Bank, you'll love banking here.
I'm Chris Jakovic. I served in the United States Air Force and I deployed 3 times. So in 2017, I was serving as an Air Force First Sergeant. Our motto in that role is my job is people, everyone is my business. But unfortunately in that year, I would lose my own brother, Lance Corporal Adam Jakovic, to suicide. The majority of veteran suicides are from guns. I store my weapons securely, not only for myself, but for my family. Store all your guns securely. help stop suicide. My service never stops.
Brought to you by End Family Fire and the Ad Council.
Houses? They're expensive. And once you buy one, you're kind of stuck with it for a while. You need to make sure you get your best house for the best price. You need Ben Bleicher and his team of pros at Professional Realty Group. They'll take the time to figure out what's important for you in your dream home, and they have the expertise to find the hidden issues that could surprise you after the sale. That's professional knowledge, proactive service. We call that potential. Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's Home Service Ambassador. Find more online at prg-ne.com.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
A lot of work goes into making Nebraska, Nebraska. Keeping it green. Helping it thrive. Making it fun. Everything that goes into caring for our outdoors, from waters to wildlife, plays a big role in making Nebraska home. Learn how we help conserve our state's natural resources at outdoornebraska.org.
Paid for by Nebraska Game and Parks. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
As an 18-year-old, I let my mistakes kind of take over my life. I was 0.5 credits away from completing high school, and I didn't do it.
10 years later, at age 28, Jackie finished her high school diploma.
When I found out that I was pregnant, I know that I had to do something for myself if I wanted to make her a better person and provide a better life for her. My family never stopped pushing for me to be better because they knew what I could become and who I could become as a person. My support team is amazing. The educational director, my sister, and even my 7-year-old daughter has just been more than the support that I could ask for. I've been given an opportunity, and I'm just thankful for it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Houses? They're expensive. And once you buy one, you're kind of stuck with it for a while. You need to make sure you get your best house for the best price. You need Ben Bleicher and his team of pros at Professional Realty Group. They'll take the time to figure out what's important for you in your dream home, and they have the expertise to find the hidden issues that could surprise you after the sale. That's professional knowledge, proactive service. We call that potential. Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's Home Service Ambassador. Find more online at prg-ne.com.
How was your drive to school?
Let me tell you, I had to get my iced coffee first. I just can't seem to put it down. My favorite rapper just announced a tour. My phone was buzzing like crazy. I'm so excited. I had to text all my friends right then to talk about it. Then someone started calling me and...
Let's try that again.
I turned my phone off right away. I never drive distracted.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Garage doors can be expensive. Are you keeping yours in the best condition possible? This is Cameron Hall with Doors Plus. Doors Plus is a locally owned business that prides itself on the fast, reliable, and friendly service. Doors Plus offers flexible scheduling so you can book an appointment that fits your busy day. My team and I will come out to your property, both commercial and residential, and provide you with the necessary information you need to make sure your garage door is in working and smooth condition. Give Doors Plus a call today at 402-590-5800 to book an appointment and learn more about our preventative maintenance plans. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
It's $5.99 barbecue time. Hurry to Hog Wild for a complete barbecue meal that's only $5.99. Get a one-meat sandwich loaded with our award-winning barbecue, plus your choice of a classic side and drink for just $5.99. Upgrade your sandwich to beef brisket for just $1 more. Join us for lunch or dinner in Lincoln at 3210 Cornhusker Highway. Order online at GoHogWild.com.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
On the Block with Strick and Austin.
We're speaking to Husker baseball assistant Lance Harvell.
Seemed like there was a pretty heavy focus on the JUCO ranks this offseason. What went into the decision behind that approach?
There's something about junior college baseball. You know, if you've been through it, you know that
you know that life, what it's about. You number one, you gotta have passion to play baseball. You gotta grind. Those guys are tough. They're playing double headers, every time out. So you know kind of what you're getting.
Weekdays from 2 to 4 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Back to The Ticket weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back. We're gonna have a really quick segment here of just updates. I forgot to mention Rocket League in our big esports conference, which is arguably one of our better teams. I will say.
Battle.
Oh gosh, no, we talked about that on the break. There's just a song that just says Battle Pass on repeat, and
It's awesome.
It's like
yes,
some EA
it's
type
iconic,
stuff.
but oh my goodness,
It's the best song ever. Okay, don't disrespect it.
I don't know.
The Wii Shop channel is pretty good.
That's true. Wii Shop music is good, but our Rocket League, I'm pretty sure, is primarily I want to say GC, which I think stands for Global Champion or something like that. I don't know the ranks in Rocket League.
Wait,
Is it GC?
Grand?
The Grand Champion?
Isn't it Supersonic Legend or something?
no
I think it's
idea.
Supersonic. I haven't played Rocket League in a while.
I don't know, but our
Epic Games ruined Rocket League, so I don't play it. I know it's Champ, then it's Grand Champ, and I think it's Supersonic
okay.
Legend.
Well, our team is one under the top one.
Okay.
Primarily,
So
and
pretty
they're
good.
they're getting really good. Yeah, they're also just getting better to play as a team together. This is their first year playing together, really. So we're really impressed with how they're showing up, which is awesome. And I don't know. We're working on fundraising ideas just because we're trying to get our facility put up. We've been
Mhm.
talking about this for a while, ever since Amon Green came, and we're still trying to raise funds for construction because construction is expensive. I've learned that
Yeah.
recently. It is not a cheap thing to be to be doing. So we're kind of trying to brainstorm how people can support us and how we can give back, because we don't. It feels bad to ask for handouts and not be able to give anything in return. So we're really trying to figure out a way to give back to our community for sure. Okay, I'm trying to think
Yeah,
of
I
anything
mean,
else.
having a place for esports, like a physical place for that, is super cool. And yeah, I mean, now that I'm graduating, it's the perfect time to get that built.
Now that Jack's gone.
Yeah, exactly. It's just yeah, whenever you come by to visit, we can show you.
I don't know if you're not gonna move away too far, at least not right away.
I hope not. Well, at least a part of me hopes not. I think one of the only potential interviews I have right now is for a job to where I'd have to move in Kansas City. So that's pretty far, but not too far. But I mean,
You can
I'll
make
still,
a weekend
I'll still
trip.
come out to visit.
Yeah.
Like, all my family's here. All my friends are here. So why wouldn't I come back?
Yeah. Yeah. So we're basically trying to get our facility up and running. We want that to be available to our community. It's gonna be kind of like a computer cafe in a way. So we want other people to be allowed to use it. It'll have, I want to say, 30, 40 PCs. We'll have consoles in there.
Bro, that sounds
We're
awesome.
going to be doing a lot more in-person events, which will be exciting. We're just trying to work towards that because we want to be more community involved.
Yeah,
So-
and that would really help boost morale.
Yeah.
I think, and encourage people to be more active.
I agree. Also, it could really attract a lot more people to the college for people who are super into video games. I feel like as we get older and the new generations are coming in, which Gen Alpha, I don't understand them, but we're gonna have to sometime.
Yeah.
I feel like college has become a less and less pressured thing that people need. Is not college isn't as mandatory as it used to be. So getting those incentives for people to go to college
Yeah.
is really important nowadays.
Well, because high schools, the past 10 years have been saying you have to go to high school or you get a crap job
Yeah.
picking up dead animals on the side of the road. It's just
Yeah.
not true.
It's not anymore, and we're transitioning to a world where we're gonna have to market our colleges a lot harder than
Mhm.
we've ever had to before.
Or even if you do get a college degree, it's pretty hard to find a job sometimes.
It
And
is.
so it's just is it really worth going into crippling debt just so that I can get a piece of paper that is just please hire me?
Because I have qualifications. So allowing people to have better experiences, and that's what our club does, is we allow people to get work experience
Mhm.
through us, with broadcasting and streaming
Yeah.
and casting. leadership abilities, critical thinking, all of that stuff can go on your resume. Like a lot
And
of
leadership.
leadership for sure. And like our faculty members are, I mean, obviously Amon Green, and we
Mhm.
have Ryan Tan, who's a very big name in a lot of the esports community. Those people backing you into a career, especially if you're going for an esports centered career, it's huge on your resume.
Mhm.
So we want to be able to offer people an easier way into this industry. And oftentimes I found is people in the esports industry want to help other people get into the industry.
Oh yeah.
Just because someone helped them and they want to pass on that good deed. And I think that's awesome. I love that community because of that.
Well, it's such a new community
It
too.
is.
So it's also a community not that many people like know too much about or know much like
It is
don't
very
know at all.
niche.
So it's yeah, interesting to see how it's being marketed like that.
I really love the togetherness of this community for sure.
Yeah, and you can really see like how like gaming and other like nerdy things, I guess, are sort of rising in popularity. As opposed to like 20 years ago where it was just like football.
I've seen people say on our Twitter that we're no longer a football school. We're actually a esports school.
Well,
I
I
think
mean
we're a volleyball
volleyball's
school.
pretty
We are
good,
mostly a volleyball school
from
overall.
what I've heard.
I know that we're good volleyball. I think we should be a volleyball school
We are.
for sure. Like I watch their games and it's incredible. I
Yeah.
think there's way more energy during those games that I've seen.
Volleyball's super fun to like
Yeah.
It is
actually
really
play
fun.
too.
There's a lot of it's super fun to play and there's just always action.
I just wish I was good at volleyball.
I do too.
Well, there's not as much running around as there is in like soccer and basketball.
Yeah.
Because like I can run fast, but I can't run for very long. And so like 3 minutes into a basketball game, I'm just like so
Yeah, much respect to those people with high stamina for those games. That's incredible.
yeah, I have worse stamina than Link in Breath of the Wild. Although I guess he can scale mountains and I can't. So
Well, I guess that's a comparison for sure. Well, that was our little short segment. We went off on a rant there for a little bit, but that's all good. That's what we're here for.
Yeah, I've got a whole nother hour.
We have another hour. Promise we'll be back. We're just going to take a quick break again.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. At 4 in the morning, my phone rang. They said, "I regret to inform you that your husband was wounded in action." Victor sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury. I was doing school full-time, and I was also then caring for Victor. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself. I just didn't want to forget that I also had goals and that I also had a life. What I did is I challenged Victor to meet me halfway. There are almost 6 million military and veteran caregivers across the nation. We have our own journey, and we can fulfill that journey at the same time that we are helping our loved one.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey and better care for your loved one and yourself. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
What a day. I could sure use an afternoon pick-me-up. Hold up. The new 93.7 The Ticket location has a milk, coffee, and tea inside? Oh yeah, this is a game changer. Need an afternoon pick-me-up? How about a coffee or smoothie on your way to work? Stop by the Ticket Mill location on 1040 O Street to get your go-to drink or try out our new game day drinks exclusive to the Ticket Mill location. We know it'll make your day a million times better.
Hi, this is Pastor Tom. Did you know there's a place kids can seek out help when they're away from home and something goes wrong? They find themselves in a difficult spot or even a dangerous situation. Maybe another child is bullying them or a stranger is following them. Perhaps on a date and things just go bad. In Lincoln, here's where they can find help. It's called Safe Place. Safe Place is a national program for children taking place in thousands of cities across the United States. The People Seating mission is sponsoring this program in our community and has set up a number of businesses, fire stations, schools, and nonprofits around the city to become safe locations where kids can seek out help. They just need to look for the big yellow sign that says Safe Place on it. Then go inside and ask for help. We will be quickly connected to them and ensure they make it back home or to whatever resources are needed. If you'd like to find out more about Safe Place and ways in which you can get involved, just go to pcmlincoln.org. Remember, when we all do a little, we change a lot.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza. The big one. All the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the K&TK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
One in 3 adults has prediabetes. 1 in 3. That means it could be you, your football buddy, your football buddy, or you, your best man, your worst man, you, your dog walker, your cat jogger. While 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, with early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org. That's doihaveprediabetes.org.
Wait, did they just say 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes? That's 33.33333% of adults. That means it could be me, my boss, or my boss's boss, or me, my favorite sister, or my other sister. That's 7 members of my 21-person romantic book club. Wait, the 1 in 3 could be me, my karaoke partner Carol, or my karaoke enemy Jeff. I'm going to take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
The Stars host the Sioux City Musketeers for the first time this season next Friday at 7:05 at the Icebox. Both teams will be wearing specialty uniforms, and Lincoln's jerseys will be auctioned off after the game, with proceeds heading to the Aubrey Brown Club to benefit families who have lost a child far too soon. Lock in your tickets now by heading to lincolnstars.com or by calling 402-474-7827.
Back to the Ticket weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back. We were just talking over the break about Zelda, another Nintendo game. Now, Ben has never played a Zelda game.
No.
But I've at least watched people play Zelda games, and I played Breath of the Wild. I never finished it because I wanted to do all the side quests, which there are so many of them in Breath of the Wild.
There's so many.
But Jack has played quite a few, I think.
I've at least played quite a few. I haven't beaten too many, but I've gotten really close, and it's always been like one thing or another that's kept me from beating them. It's not the overall quality of the games themselves. It's usually something like school or, when the Switch came out, I stopped playing games on the Wii U because, the Switch is just better. But one of my first memories with Zelda was on the 3DS. I remember I got a Zelda game for free off of the Nintendo Ambassador Program, which is basically just like the previous owner of my 3DS bought theirs super early, so Nintendo gave them some free games to come with it. And one of them was Zelda Minish Cap for the Game Boy Advance. And as like a 10-year-old, I was sort of in that mental phase where I'm just like, herma, everything I haven't tried yet isn't cool. And I only play cool things like Mario. And
It's the only right answer.
exactly. And so my dad's just like, well, I played a lot of Zelda as a kid and I really like that. And so I'm just like, oh, really? Well, I mean, I guess I'll give it a try. And I turned it on, and I remember hearing like the file select screen music, which is the Great Fairy Fountain song. And if you've never heard that song, it's absolutely beautiful. And do you ever have a moment where you're just like, I think I'm going to remember this moment for a long time?
It becomes like
And
a core memory, and
yeah,
in that moment, it's a core memory.
yeah, and I'm just like, I think I'm living out a core memory right now is hearing this song for the first time, and I'm just like, I'm gonna like this game a lot, aren't I? And so, yeah, I really liked playing through Minish Cap. That was really fun. Another game we talked about over the break was Wind Waker. Um, Wind Waker is sort of hit or miss because unlike most Zelda games where you're running around like the big field or whatever, and there's a whole bunch of different landscapes, Wind Waker is sort of just like you're exploring the open ocean and you have like all these little islands you can get to, which is like sort of mini dungeons. Um, and they're all sort of elemental themed as far as I remember. But my favorite Zelda game that I played was actually not Breath of the Wild. That didn't really click with me at first because I'm just like, oh, there's so much to do. But like the world looked empty to me for some reason. I don't know. I was kind of a dumb kid, even though I was like 17 years old. But my favorite Zelda game was Ocarina of Time on the 3DS. I really loved that game and how the time travel mechanics works. That was like my first time playing a game with time travel mechanics. And I was telling my girlfriend last night, actually, we were talking about like scientific type discoveries we can make with like space time and things like that. And I was just like, the thought of time travel terrifies me because it's so easy to mess something up. Uh, and one of the examples I gave was in Ocarina of Time. Nobody knows the origins of the Song of Storms. It's like that da 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 da
It's
da da.
like the song that
Yeah,
everyone knows.
yeah. So no one knows the canonical origin of that song because what happens is uh the whole goal of Ocarina of Time is you're a kid and Ganon ruins the world as a kid when Link's a kid, and so he grows up by pulling out the Master Sword. He is put in a stasis for 7 years and then he wakes up as an adult, and so you have to travel back and forth between adult Link and kid Link, so it's like a time travel type thing. But Link actually creates a time paradox. So the Song of Storms, you get the Song of Storms from this guy from a windmill when you're an adult. And he says, like, oh, some kid came by one day, he played this song for me, and it just has never stopped playing, and the windmill will never stop spinning because of it. And he teaches adult Link the Song of Storms. And so to finish the puzzle, you have to go back in time as Child Link and play the song in front of the windmill guy. So it creates a time paradox because the the windmill guy taught the Song of Storms to adult Link, and then adult Link became a child and taught the windmill guy the Song of Storms. So it's just like, did Link make the Song of Storms, or did the windmill guy make the Song of Storms? And I just imagine that if time travel is real, it's gonna be so easy to do stuff like that.
That's like that actually hurts my brain. I remember looking up a video because I was really curious about the timeline for Zelda games,
Yeah.
and there's like 3 separate timelines.
Yes, there is.
Because of the time travel issues that happen, and then also because of like the different branches of what happens with him as a kid, I think.
Yeah.
Is where it branches off?
So basically what happens is and it's kind of wild that we've even gotten to this point because I don't really think of a whole lot of other video game franchises that have done something like this. But I mean, Nintendo's kind of painted themselves into a corner with the timeline. They're always revitalizing it or like redoing it, and they're just like, this actually didn't happen.
They're like
this."
vetoing
They're
things.
vetoing things constantly. And Tears of the Kingdom seems to be completely separate from the timeline, and so it's just like, ugh, you could have tied the timeline together, but they had to do something creative and interesting.
So now do we have like 4 different timelines?
Yeah, we have the splitting timeline into like 3 branches, which I guess I can explain. But then Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild are on their own completely separate thing. That's like not a whole part of the other games at all.
In Tears of the Kingdom, they don't reference anything from Breath of the Wild, do they?
They do reference things from Breath of the Wild because it's a direct sequel.
But they don't talk about like the Mifa or
They do.
They do?
Yeah,
I
they
was
do.
told they didn't.
But basically, Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, I think from a fan perspective, is considered like its own separate universe almost. But basically, how the split timeline works before Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom started to get a little wacky with it. How the split timeline works is in Ocarina of Time, you're a kid, right? You start the game off as a kid, and you move forward in time to hopefully beat Ganon, who's taken over the world. So right there's 2 timelines. There's the timeline where you're a kid. Oh, wait, I need to mention, after Link beats Ganon, Zelda actually sends adult Link back in time so he can relive his childhood that he lost.
Which changes the timeline.
Which is important. Yes, it does change the timeline because now we have a childhood timeline where Link is sent back to become a child by Zelda. So we have that. And that's where like Majora's Mask comes from and things like that.
That game gave me nightmares.
I've never played Majora's Mask. I really want to.
I have it on GameCube.
Ooh.
I also have a GameCube, but like.
Oh yeah, but then there's the adult timeline where Zelda sent Link off, and so Link no longer exists in that timeline. It's just Zelda and
right.
the
I forgot
sages,
about that.
and I forget which games come from that. But a whole bunch of crazy stuff happens after that. And then basically there's a third timeline where Link does actually like become an adult, but Link fails to stop Ganon. And so Link is dead.
I remember
Ganon
this.
kills him. And as a result, Ganon has completely taken over Hyrule, and that causes its own chain of events. It's very interesting that Majora's Mask, which is the darkest Zelda game, takes place in the child timeline and not the one where Link literally dies. But
I remember my brother. My brother's the reason why we have all these Zelda games. His name is Nick. Shout out to my brother Nick. Lives in Texas.
Let's go.
I walked in on him playing Majora's Mask, and I'm pretty sure it was like the boss fight. It was the end, and it was all this puppetry stuff.
Yeah.
That scared me. As a kid, I thought ventriloquists were so scary. I thought puppets were so scary.
They're
and
pretty
so then
creepy.
this entire boss fight of like this horrifying, like possessing mask type of vibe with all of these creatures that were being puppeteered, that freaked me out as a kid.
Well, I think if clowns are allowed to be scary, I think ventriloquists are allowed to be scary. I think that's a reasonable fear.
Goosebumps freaked me out about ventriloquists because of the dummy.
Yeah, I know. Speaking of fears, I guess one thing that I'm afraid of, and if you've watched my streams, you probably know this, is like things that live underwater.
That's right.
I hate sea creatures, and not like I like dolphins, which are probably like some of the more dangerous sea creatures. Ironically, I like penguins; those are neat.
Penguins are cute.
Penguins are cute, but like anything with tentacles, especially like jellyfish, freaking jellyfish, octopus, squids, those freak me out because those shouldn't be real. Those seem to me like they should be
Those
space aliens
sound
or
like
something
eldritch
like that.
horrors.
Exactly.
Good thing you're not a water creature. We just got a text on text line says there's also the Philip CDI timeline, but we don't acknowledge that.
We don't. We talked
don't
about that
acknowledge
earlier,
that.
actually.
We did talk about that earlier. Yeah. No, unfortunately, well, or I guess rather
We
fortunately.
don't talk about that. You're
We
right.
don't talk about it. We don't acknowledge those.
Nintendo doesn't acknowledge those games anymore,
Neither do
which
we.
maybe which maybe means there's room for like fans to do some more stuff with that, because Nintendo like usually likes to crack down on that kind of thing. But
if they're not
if they
using
acknowledge,
it,
if a fan were to make a fan project off that, which they probably have, to my knowledge, I think they have. I don't think Nintendo's cracked down on that yet, because that would mean acknowledging that game again.
they don't want to
They're
bring it
just
back
like,
up.
Yeah, we're just gonna pretend like we don't see that. Which I mean, fair. I mean, I don't like to look at my childhood. Well, saying it like that seems kind of wrong, but like my girlfriend dug up like my childhood journal entries, and I was just like, oh my
This
gosh.
is like Nintendo's diary from like 5th grade,
And
where
you're just like the
it was a
love
little,
letters or
yeah, it was
whatever.
a little cringe.
Yeah, and you're just like, let's move the teenage years behind us
When
a
you
little
have
bit.
it's the year where you got braces and glasses at the same time. It's just a little awkward.
Yeah. Link even sounds like he has braces and glasses, and he's just like, how about a kiss
Actually,
for luck?
Actually.
Link is super creepy in that game. Like, he's just like, hey, Zelda, how about you kiss me for no reason whatsoever? And honestly, he's like that in the cartoon too. The 80s cartoons are wild.
Well,
I didn't watch through all of them because I don't know. I always found Zelda's voice really annoying. I found Link really annoying.
that's valid.
And Ganon was an absolute numbskull who should have beat them every single freaking time. But unfortunately, or fortunately for the Kingdom of Hyrule, Ganon's a mega idiot. And so, like, he's just like, I will steal the Triforce from Zelda. And yeah, that's basically how every cartoon goes.
These impressions are wonderful.
Shout outs to villains in cartoons, dude. They have the best voices.
Just shout out to just all villains.
All villains.
Yeah.
What a shout out.
I was talking with
we do not condone the actions of villains.
Yeah. Oh no, I don't.
The voice acting.
Yeah. The voice acting
So
is great.
you're shouting out the voice actors.
Yes, the voice actors. Because like there's Shadow the Hedgehog, like, I'm the world's ultimate life form. And there's Eggman in the 90s cartoon, was just like, I hate that hedgehog. So many YouTube poops are
Just very
off
like iconic voices.
Exactly.
I didn't know where you were going with that. You're like, just shout out to all villains. I was like, what?
Where are we going?
Not real life villains.
Let's get this like let's put some context behind this statement real quick.
Yeah, I agree.
Let's not be hasty here.
This is what Jack said.
I know, I was a little worried for a second. You're not wrong. Growing up as like a Power Rangers kid, the villains always had a cooler voice.
Yeah.
They just well kept there was a couple of them that just sounded really annoying.
Darth Vader.
Darth
Maul even.
Cool.
Darth Maul had a really cool voice. You're
Gosh,
right.
I love Clone Wars.
Clone Wars
I was talking about Lego Star Wars for the Wii. Gosh, what an awesome game.
Clone Wars, like the show is peak.
I
I love Clone Wars. There's so many like the droids are not just like brainless robots. They have like really funny comebacks to things. They're very witty.
Yes.
They're super funny.
Well, a part of their humor is how stupid they are.
Yes, and I enjoy it so much.
Like, stupid minions are always so funny, but like stupid minions who question like the instructions or like the positions they're given is even funnier, because for some reason like it's not as funny when a smart character says like, why am I doing this stupid thing?
It's way funnier when someone becomes self-aware.
when the dumb character is the most self-aware.
Yes.
Because it's just like, uh-oh, the Jedi are coming. Or something like that.
There's a scene in the first episode, I'm pretty sure, where it's like the guys who has their one arm out and they like are shooting from their wrists or whatever.
Yeah.
And the Jedi uses him and turns him around on the rest of the droids.
Yeah.
And the droid is saying like, no, get out of the way. And I'm like, what are they gonna do? It's just so funny how self-aware they are when they just are the stupidest characters in the game, like in the show. It's like,
yeah. We got a text line says, speaking of terrible villains, Power Rangers were the dumbest.
they were the dumbest, but they were just so like their voices were so funny. I did love just the hilarity of Power Rangers. It was just something different.
See, I like a villain has to be like, obviously, like all villains are gonna like in shows like that are gonna like not win, they're gonna lose. But like I hate it when like the villains are just like, just the story behind them are just so dumb. It's just like really the villain. I was just like, bro, if you literally do this, you'd win.
I will say, so
Dr. Doofenshmirtz is the epitome of
You're
that.
right.
Okay, but he's
so good.
But he's
so
different.
It's so good.
That's the
He's the
whole part.
exception.
That's the whole
He's an
part of the
exception.
show. Is that Dr. Doofenshmirtz? That he's dumb. Like that's the whole part of the show.
The
But like,
point is that he's incompetent.
yeah, but then there's villains that they portray as like these geniuses, but they're not. They're stupid. And I don't like it when they do that.
So there's Power Rangers Samurai is one that's like very controversial. Not like controversial in the point of like, oh, there's some weird things in it. It's the fact that most people say it's not really that good. However, I counter with there's a specific villain storyline. She's not even the main villain. She's like his like right hand. Her backstory that was it was revealed in the very end of like one of the, it was like a finale for a season. She's actually just from like the more of an ancient Japan. She was a musician, which the entire show, her weapon is her like guitar.
It's nice to see the Bard class getting some
Here's
love.
the thing. Her town got raided and her love interest got murdered. The evil guy shows up and says, "Hey, if you trade me your soul, I will save his life." And she says, "Well, of course I'm going to do that. Then I obviously then we can be together." He revives her lover. Her lover has no memory of her, and he becomes like this villain. He becomes a super villain. The other evil guy corrupts her soul to start work, so she has to work for him.
Dang.
And so she spends the rest of that her entirety for like thousands of years enslaved to this one dude who's like a demon. And then by the last episode is just like she finally stands up for herself. And it's just that whole story arc is just such an amazing story arc. And I don't think people give it enough credit. And like that was like actually one of the ones where I was like, this villain was actually a really good villain.
Yeah, I agree. Before we go to break, I wanted to get another text in on this. They said OG Rita Repulsive had a amazing voice. So that was kind of, I agree with that. And then real talk, I don't care about your zodiac sign, but what's everyone's RPG job / class?
My job's for RPG?
Yeah. They're like, I don't care about your zodiac sign.
No,
What's that?
I agree. This is a really good way to test people. Oh no. Okay, I have a hard time with this because I think all the classes are so cool. Like because I recently started playing Baldur's Gate 3. I'm super into it. I have a couple characters that are 2 different classes. I am a sucker for rogues. I think it's fun to sneak around and break locks. But also I really love being a druid. I think it's really fun to turn into animals. I love turning into a cat in Baldur's Gate 3 and just running around and getting through places that I'm not supposed to be in. Those are like my favorite classes. I also play D&D, so those are also my favorite D&D classes.
Yeah, so this is my hyperfixation showing, but like the only RPGs I've actually played are like the Nintendo RPGs, like Mario and Luigi, which is an awesome series, by the way. You should try it. But I did do D&D one time. I made a character, and I was just like, oh, you can be a druid and you can change into different animals. That's so sick. I'm definitely gonna do that. So yeah, if I went further with that campaign, I would have been a druid, but it was fun to make characters and to learn about all of that. So that's probably what I would be.
All right. Well, we're gonna head to a quick break after that, and let's look into your responses afterwards. All right. See you soon.
My dream was to work in commercial banking, but it required a college degree and I didn't have one. I found out that Doane had classes for adult learners on the Lincoln campus and online. So I earned my bachelor's degree, and 5 months later, I landed my dream job. I decided to continue my education, and now I'm working on my MBA at Doane. For me, the Doane experience has been life-changing.
Go hog wild, pit barbecue.
It's $5.99 barbecue time. Hurry to Hog Wild for a complete barbecue meal that's only $5.99. Get a one-meat sandwich loaded with our award-winning barbecue, plus your choice of a classic side and drink for just $5.99. Upgrade your sandwich to beef brisket for just $1 more. Join us for lunch or dinner in Lincoln at 3210 Cornhusker Highway. Order online at GoHogWild.com.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
I get it, slip it, cuff it, check it twice a day.
I get it, slip it, cuff it, check it in the morning and before dinner.
I get it, slip it, cuff it, check it, and share it with my doctor. Nearly 1 in 2 U.S. adults have high blood pressure. That's why it's important to self-monitor your blood pressure in 4 easy-to-remember steps. It starts with a monitor.
Now that I know my blood pressure numbers, I talked with my doctor. We're getting those numbers down.
Get it, slip it, cuff it, check it. Talk to doctor now and share it.
Be next to talk to your doctor about your blood pressure numbers. Get down with your blood pressure. Self-monitoring is power. Learn more at manageyourbp.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council, the American Heart Association, and the American Medical Association, in partnership with the Office of Minority Health and Health Resources and Services Administration.
What a day. I could sure use an afternoon pick-me-up. Hold up. The new 93.7 The Ticket location has a milk, coffee, and tea inside? Oh yeah, this is a game changer.
Need an afternoon pick-me-up? How about a coffee or smoothie on your way to work? Stop by the Ticket Mill location on 1040 O Street to get your go-to drink or try out our new game day drinks exclusive to the Ticket Mill location. We know it'll make your day a million times better.
Load up on meat and more this winter at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's specials through February 27th is whole brisket for just $4.99 per pound and $1.50 off all nuts, including Treat Bake Shop and Twin Springs pecans. And don't forget about lunch on Fired Up Friday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Locations at 84th and Havelock and 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln and 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
There's no better way to spark a child's imagination than to get lost in the adventure of a good book. I'm Jenny Benson, president of NSEA. Working together, parents and teachers can help every child succeed. You can help by reading to your child and let your child read to you. Encourage reading in your home and make it a priority. Make reading fun and a time that you and your child look forward to spending together.
Sponsored by the Nebraska State Education Association, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association in this station.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the K&TK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
I get it, slip it, cuff it, check it twice a day.
I get it, slip it, cuff it, check it in the morning and before dinner.
I get it, slip it, cuff it, check it, and share it with my doctor. Nearly 1 in 2 U.S. adults have high blood pressure. That's why it's important to self-monitor your blood pressure in 4 easy-to-remember steps. It starts with a monitor.
Now that I know my blood pressure numbers, I talked with my doctor. We're getting those numbers down.
Get it, slip it, cuff it, check it. Talk to doctor now and share it.
Be next to talk to your doctor about your blood pressure numbers. Get down with your blood pressure. Self-monitoring is power. Learn more at manageyourbp.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council, the American Heart Association, and the American Medical Association, in partnership with the Office of Minority Health and Health Resources and Services Administration.
At Allo, we believe in the exceptional. From extraordinary whole home coverage to super fast speeds, our local teams are always on hand to make sure your service is running at top performance. Let go of lag, banish buffering, and enjoy outstanding service throughout your entire home. We believe in delivering nothing less than exceptional service, so that's exactly what we do. Visit us at allofiber.com to experience the exceptional.
John Henry's has a brand new membership club to protect your entire home in one program. With a VIP and a deluxe option, we will help you find the plan that best fits your needs. Receive discounts on services and equipment, priority service, complimentary inspections, and so much more. Protect your home's plumbing, heating, cooling, and electrical systems all in one membership. Call John Henry's to learn more.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing. Heating and air.
And electrical.
Back to the Ticket weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right. Welcome back. Here we are. Oh gosh, we were talking about our RPG classes. Yes, we talked about a lot over the break. We were going over a bunch of different games, but we did mention our RPG classes, which we agreed on Druid.
Yeah,
I think maybe
Changeling.
that's just our.
Changeling.
Changeling is different. Changeling is a different. Well, that's a race.
Oh, true.
You could be a Changeling Druid.
My character was a Changeling Druid, so that's
I
fun.
was a Kalash Star Druid when I played D&D, which is basically you dream walk. So you don't sleep. You go into other people's dreams instead.
Ooh,
it's really
that's
cool.
fun.
I was also the Circle of the Moon Druid, so I felt like it really aligned with like her whole vibe.
Nice.
I'm a big nerd into D&D. I'm not like super good at it, but it was one of my favorites. But yeah, I think maybe that's just our inner wanting to be. I just want the simple life of being a cat that lays in the sun. That sounds like a very nice life. I would prefer that over.
Have you played Stray?
I have not. I also know that it's also really stressful sometimes.
What?
Stray. There's like some scenes that are like you're running away from things, and I can't do that stuff. I'm
Very
really bad at that stuff.
you would not like Crash Bandicoot.
Oh no. I'm really bad when it comes to combat things. This is why I can't play FPS games, because gunfight,
Bro.
I'm so bad. I cannot. The high pace, like the fast pacing, stressful situations, I can't. I can do strategy games. I can do MOBAs because they're like you scale up. But with FPS games, it's like you have to like think so fast.
Okay, so when I was a kid, like I liked games that was like Super Mario Bros. And stuff that's just like time consuming. It's not like a rank or like multiplayer. Now, if there is not a rank for me to grind for, I'm like, why am I playing this game? Like I can't play games anymore. That's just, you know what I mean? That's kind of just like time consuming games. That's like oh, you have to complete a mission. Like I can't play those kind of games anymore. It's just like
that's all you play.
Well, see, I mean, it's just me. I'm not saying those are bad games.
No,
It's just for me, I just
all
need a
I'm
rank.
saying is if you like the idea of ranking up, I think you actually would enjoy RPGs.
Oh, maybe.
Because it's literally just
you just progress
ranking
to get
up.
stronger.
Yeah, you just watch
With the
numbers
story.
go up. Exactly. But there's a story. Now, speaking of FPSs, I mentioned that I tried playing Splatoon, which is like Nintendo's shooter game. But like I can't even play that because and that's a game where you shoot the floor to win.
You try to get the most like territory.
Yeah, you
right?
try to cover the most of the stage in your color, in your team's color. But of course, like the other people still shoot me before I see them because I have my camera pointed down.
That
so I
sounds
can
like a
shoot the
Mario
floor.
Party game.
It does.
It actually. So
Did it start that
funny
way?
story about that. Splatoon actually was supposed to be a Mario spin-off, sort of
Oh,
like
okay.
Mario's
Oh.
baseball or Mario soccer. But they're just like, you know what? We could really give this its own identity. This idea is strong
glad
enough
they
to where
did.
we could give it its. Oh, I totally agree. Splatoon has, honestly, I think it makes better pop music than pop music people.
They do have some bangers.
They do have
Hey.
some
They do have
bangers,
some bangers.
and I really enjoy like the art style and the overall vibe it has is really unique.
The community is really nice. From what I've noticed, like a lot of the Splatoon community that I've met is super sweet, or at least our Splatoon community is really
Better than
sweet.
Rainbow, Overwatch, Rocket League community
Oh my
that I'm a part of.
lord, the
Bro.
Siege community is scary.
No, okay. I'm a huge Siege player. You miss one bullet on somebody, you're gonna get a message from every single player on that team.
Yep.
It's no, and then you're going to get to 5-stack, and then when you lose, every single player on the team messages you.
Yep.
No, the Siege community. Now, see, I'm part of the toxicity though, because I sometimes do that, but like, bro, I'm not like some of these people that every single time.
It's every time. I don't type in games. I have decided if I'm angry, I'm not putting it out into the world. I'd rather just.
You're not putting it out into the world. You're just sending it to him.
Well,
But here's the thing. I don't want that.
I will just come up with things in my head, or like I'm like a desk like hitter.
You do
So
that.
like when
okay,
I
yeah.
am like angry in a game, like I won't throw my controller because I'm just like that cost me
They
money.
cost a lot of money.
I won't scream into the mic what I'm thinking because I'm a family friendly streamer. But I will bang my desk in frustration.
See, I do the same thing. I hope my desk doesn't break before I graduate.
That's true.
Before
I only have like 4 more months.
Because
so
I'm in
here's
an
hoping.
apartment, so
oh gosh.
hopefully, see, yeah, I probably have woken people up at 1 a.m.
So before I switched over to a standing desk so that I could like
Bro,
you know, be
I
healthy.
want a standing desk. I feel like playing video
We-
games, a
it's
standing
so
desk would be nice.
It's really nice. I actually really like it because it's like you kind of feel more focused almost.
When I get my own apartment, I feel like I want to get a standing
It's
desk.
super nice.
I want a sitting desk, but like a
Yeah,
standing
I do
desk.
both.
Like
It does both
like a
because it moves
desk
up and
that
down.
moves
That's
up and
both?
down.
Okay, yeah.
Ooh.
That'd be
You can
so
actually
nice.
you can actually buy the legs and then just get like a piece of wood and
Really?
yeah, make it your tabletop.
How much money are those?
I
even?
will double check because my partner made it for me.
Oh, okay.
Because he just got like free tabletops
Oh, really?
and we just put the legs on. We bought the legs and put them on, and it's super easy.
I'm hecka down to learn that. Or to
There's also
get one
like
of those.
it gives you like 4 different settings, so you can like preset the like the height that you want it on, and so you can do
Sure.
it personally. It's really cool.
Yeah, I'm
But-
short, so I
yeah,
need that.
I feel it. Don't worry. My partner is like 6'3", so he's like standing super tall. His desk is like at my face, and I'm like, all right, whatever.
I feel like standing desk is awesome. I sit way too much.
I do too. So I'm like, it's just so nice.
Well, that and like not only do I sit too much, but I also have like not a super good chair because I'm a college
Mhm.
student and I need something that's affordable, right?
We don't have the money to buy like
but,
the
like,
$3,000
here's the thing.
ergonomic chair.
Exactly. But I'm a computer science major. I'm gonna be sitting in a chair for the rest of my life. So literally, like I'm sitting over like this. I literally have shrimp posture.
Shrimp
That's what
posture.
it's called. You look like a shrimp.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Okay.
I had to like my back is constantly stressed, not just because of deadlines, but like physical stress. And I went to the chiropractor last week and he's just like, you need to relax, dude. Like
He's
That's
like,
his scientific opinion.
dude,
He's just like, bro,
this is bad.
you gotta chill. You gotta take
Yeah.
a chill pill.
and yeah. So I guess I'll take his advice someday, you know,
Well,
after college is
I'll
done.
try to get you guys the information on those standing desk legs.
Bro,
It's super
I
nice.
would be so willing to spend money on that. Like, I
But
don't even care.
It's super nice. And
I'm
it wasn't
broke, I
it
don't
wasn't
care.
super like it wasn't super expensive. I was surprised. But before I had my standing desk, which is all like wood, I had a glass desk. And so I couldn't smack my desk.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
See, I would never do that because I would shatter that.
It was just like it was a really nice glass desk and it came with outlets on the side of it.
Oh, fancy.
And so I was like, "Oh, fancy desk. I'll use it." And then this was before I was super into gaming.
Oh,
And then I got really into playing League.
You can't have a glass desk if you're gaming.
Yeah,
You
and I was
cannot.
like, "Oh, no."
Even the best of us, you're gonna get mad and hit your table at some point.
I know. I do now
Yep.
because I have a wooden desk.
Yep.
Before that, I was like, I would go and I'm like, never mind. I would
Yeah.
like start and I'm like,
Maybe I should get a
"Ugh."
glass desk because then I wouldn't hit the desk.
You need
Maybe
to have
it would
like,
maybe some, but then maybe you'll forget and you'll hit it and it'll just shatter.
see, I have like this plush like Bowser shell. And I think what
Oh,
I'm gonna
maybe I
do
need
now
that.
is I'm like
Put it on the wall behind you.
punching the shell. Cause like the previous owner of my parents' house, because I lived with my parents, saved big money. I have the previous owners of my parents' house had a bar. Like
That's
the guy
right.
renovated the basement of our house, or which was his house, into a bar, and he had like an actual like wooden bar
Yeah.
set up. And so I actually use that as my desk
Really?
now. Yes.
It's you just use like the built-in.
Yeah, I use the
Okay.
built-in as a desk. And so it's not quite at my standing height though. So I still if I were to stand up at it, I would still have to do shrimp posture. So that's sort of annoying, I guess, but you know, it's not
It's like
perfect.
kind of
but
like a nice desk though. I
it
think
is a
about
really
It's like that'd be
nice.
solid.
It
You have
is
a lot of room.
It's a very solid desk. There's a lot of room. I'm gonna miss it
I
when I
forget,
move out. But yeah, having something adjustable to my height that I won't have to do shrimp posture for would be great.
It's super nice, and it's also, like, for your sitting position too. You can adjust it to how you wanna sit. Because I
Mhm.
read the best way to fix your posture is to have your top of your monitor at eye level.
Okay, top of the monitor at eye level.
See,
I'm gonna
yeah, because when I
take
game, I
notes.
feel like my TV is a little bit like higher than me, so
Yeah.
like
Mhm.
my neck is kind of
You're
up,
like this.
and then when I'm like super focused, I like lean forward.
Yup.
So I'm
So you're
leaning
like
forward. So I'm
this.
lean forward, looking up, and yeah, it's
It
probably not good
hurts.
for my posture,
It's
but
bad for your neck.
that's
Oh,
how
yeah,
I do
no.
the best.
No, I feel you. I mean, I honestly, when I play games, I'm, like, sitting like this. I, like, am so close to my screen.
Oh
And
yeah, it's probably not good for no my eyes.
my eyes are so bad. And I have, like, a 32-inch monitor, so it's, like, practically a TV, like a mini
Yeah.
TV.
Yeah.
So I'm, like, all my vision, my view is just all my monitor. And so your eye it's not good for my eyes. My posture is bad. But I heard
Mhm.
somewhere, like, moving your desk to that specific height helps with fixing your posture.
Yeah.
Which I just don't have a good chair for that either, so that doesn't help either. But on that note, we're gonna head to a break really quick, and we'll see you guys after the break.
The captain, Vershawn Jackson.
Let's just talk because I like these projections. Left defensive end, Ty Robinson. Behind him, Chief Border. Nose tackle, Hutch Monster, and then Van Poppel. Right defensive end, Jamari Butler, and then Cameron Linhart.
Yeah, you got to have them on the field at the same time. I mean, that's a train wreck right there. I mean, in the making it. Both of them in the near future is going to demand double teams, so you might as well get them ready for it now. And that's just the best thing for this team right now, to have both of those up-and-coming stars on the field at the same time.
It's $5.99 barbecue time. Hurry to Hog Wild for a complete barbecue meal that's only $5.99. Get a one-meat sandwich loaded with our award-winning barbecue, plus your choice of a classic side and drink for just $5.99. Upgrade your sandwich to beef brisket for just $1 more. Join us for lunch or dinner in Lincoln at 3210 Cornhusker Highway. Order online at gohogwild.com.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
If you came across someone struggling with hunger, how would you recognize them? By their clothes, their age, the way they speak? Would you notice a 16-year-old boy who got his first job,
not for extra spending money, but to help feed his little sisters?
or a mother who's in between jobs and sometimes goes to bed hungry so her kids can have dinner? Or a 14-year-old girl who signs up to every after-school activity, not to make friends, but just to get something to eat? Or a retiree who fell ill and had to choose
between getting medicine or groceries.
I am the 1 in 8 Americans who struggle with hunger. People you pass by every day but never knew were hungry. I am hunger in America.
Hunger can be hard to recognize. Learn why at IamHungerInAmerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America, 200 Food Banks Strong, and the Ad Council.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
What a day. I could sure use an afternoon pick-me-up. Hold up. The new 93.7 The Ticket location has a milk, coffee, and tea inside? Oh yeah, this is a game changer.
Need an afternoon pick-me-up? How about a coffee or smoothie on your way to work? Stop by the Ticket Mill location on 1040 O Street to get your go-to drink or try out our new game day drinks exclusive to the Ticket Mill location. We know it'll make your day a million times better.
Hi, this is Pastor Tom. Did you know there's a place kids can seek out help when they're away from home and something goes wrong? They find themselves in a difficult spot or even a dangerous situation. Maybe another child is bullying them or a stranger is following them. Perhaps on a date and things just go bad. In Lincoln, here's where they can find help. It's called Safe Place. Safe Place is a national program for children taking place in thousands of cities across the United States. The People City Mission is sponsoring this program in our community and has set up a number of businesses, fire stations, schools, and nonprofits around the city to become safe locations where kids can seek out help. They just need to look for the big yellow sign that says Safe Place on it. Then go inside and ask for help. We will be quickly connected to them and ensure they make it back home or to whatever resources are needed. If you'd like to find out more about Safe Place and ways in which you can get involved, just go to pcmlincoln.org. Remember, when we all do a little, we change a lot.
The Omaha Supernovas are back in action this Sunday, February 25th versus the Orlando Valkyries at Addition Financial Arena in Orlando. The Mullen Motors pregame show with Derek Pearson and Renee Saunders starts at 1 p.m. with first serve at 2. Make sure to tune in to the next Ag Appraisal and Realty postgame show right after the match ends. Catch all the action on your flagship station, 93.7 The Ticket, and statewide on the Supernovas Radio Network.
I think it's just vapor.
Vaping is safer than smoking, isn't it?
There's really not even that much nicotine in them, right?
One vape pod has as much nicotine as one pack of cigarettes.
My kid
knows it's dangerous. 5.4 million American kids vape, and most think it's harmless. Get your head out of the cloud. Talk to your kid about vaping. Visit talkaboutvaping.org. That's talkaboutvaping.org. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
The Stars host the Sioux City Musketeers for the first time this season next Friday at 7:05 at the Icebox. Both teams will be wearing specialty uniforms, and Lincoln's jerseys will be auctioned off after the game, with proceeds heading to the Aubrey Brown Club to benefit families who have lost a child far too soon. Lock in your tickets now by heading to lincolnstars.com or by calling 402-474-7827.
Hey guys, Jake Sorensen here from Early Break. The garage door at our house has been needing replacement for a couple years, and a few months ago, we finally did something about it. Steve's Garage Doors and Services was great through the whole process in providing options and also going to the next level to get a door that was approved by our HOA. And best of all, the removal of the old door and installation of the new door was done smoothly with no issues. Call Steve's Garage Doors and Services today at 402-480-2840.
Back to the Ticket weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right. This is going to be our wrap-up segment. We're almost done with our 2 hours. We've been talking for 2 hours, Jack.
It does not feel like it.
It went by fast. We had an enjoyable time talking about Nintendo and all sorts of things, actually. We went over RPGs.
And desk posture.
We did talk about desk posture.
Posture, not having anger management.
We did talk about anger management over video games.
I do not have good anger management, so something I gotta improve
This
on.
is actually, Coach Green, he thought that I was a very cool-headed person, and then all of my friends and I were like, no, she's crazy. Like, she's crazy.
Not like, bro, what? She's
yeah,
crazy.
like all my friends were like, no, she like screams. It's like she's insane. And I was like, yeah, no, I do not keep my cool when I'm playing games. I can't.
I feel like Amon Green would be the most chill person to play video games.
Have you
with.
heard his story about how he's only raged once?
Yes.
Okay,
it
yeah,
wasn't.
it
was
during
Madden.
class.
I was in class. It was during Madden.
During Madden when he was like 7.
Because Jerry.
Wait,
what was it?
Jerry Rice.
It's because Jerry Rice dropped a like.
It was an
pass.
interception.
It like dropped in and got intercepted or something.
Yeah, and he was like, Jerry Rice does not like let interceptions. He does not fumble. He does not do interceptions. And he like was so mad.
Wow.
It was against AI. It wasn't even against like a person. It was against like a computer.
And we're like, bro, the only time you rage was in Madden?
Yeah.
Against not like I get raging in Madden if it's against like an actual person. Like, bro, CPU? Like what?
We were a little shocked.
The CPU players in Mario Party cheat.
That's true.
Because they can mash the button faster than your controller can sense input.
Okay, this is Madden.
But it is Madden.
It's Madden.
They suck.
It was really funny to hear that.
I'm like, bro, you know,
he really did put the Madden.
Yeah, he does play Halo.
How do you not rage in Halo? Like, I don't know.
He also plays like COD.
It's just like, do you spend too
Valorant?
much time shooting the
plays
floor in
Valorant,
Call of
too.
Duty?
Any FPS shooter, you're going against people and you're gonna find somebody that's better than you, and it's gonna make you mad because you spend all these hours playing this game, and then there's somebody better than you, and it makes me mad.
Exactly. Like, do you
No, I
ever
feel
have
it.
a moment when you're playing a game online with somebody where you know you ended up in somebody's YouTube highlight reel?
No,
like
100%.
that happened to me and my youngest brother the other week, where we were playing Smash online doubles. And there's some people out online at like 11 p.m. who like clearly have like scripted combos off of each other where it's just like, oh, you're going to do this move and then throw him to me and then I'll send him straight down to the pit and it'll be super funny. And so they'll try to do that like 6 times. And when they finally do land it, they like both do like they both
spam
teabag,
emote, yeah.
or like they emote. And I'm just like, and then they do that like 6 times. And like both me and my brother, we just stare at each other. We're just like, we ended up in somebody's Twitch highlight reel tonight.
There's also like in League, it's like when someone gets a pentakill.
Oh, yeah.
One person wipes the entire enemy team.
Triple kill.
Yeah, pentakill. Yeah, that's a highlight reel. Or like when they do like they pull off some crazy like outplay, you're like, ah, shoot, man. Like it's like 2v1. They're like half health, and that you should have won it, and they just played better. That's frustrating.
See,
I
I'm
get
just
so
thinking
mad.
about it, and I'm mad.
Yeah, I'm so mad. Like I should have gotten that kill. You know, it makes me so upset.
It's because we're passionate.
Well,
It's true. I'm just really into it.
Honestly, like that was one of the most shocking things to me. We were talking about Mario Kart earlier. Like coming from Mario Kart 8 back to Mario Kart Wii, the item balance in Wii is so much worse. It's so much.
So bad.
It's so bad. The shells, especially the blue
so
shells,
bad.
it's constant. It is constant. And yeah.
I remember always getting bullet bills like all the time.
Yeah. I was going to say Mario Kart 8 does not make me as mad as Smash Brothers makes me. Like I'm very passionate about Smash Brothers, even though I play like pretty casually. I can get pretty salty over some Smash, but nothing pushes my buttons quite like Mario Kart Wii, especially with siblings.
I was just about to ask, did you guys ever rage literally just playing against CPU? Because I did in Mario Kart.
In Mario Kart,
Yeah.
yes, actually, when we have our tournament, we have CPUs play at the same time because we don't have like a full amount of people playing. So what happens is I personally am not good at the game, so I'll pick one CPU that I just hate. I'm like, I'm just gonna beat you, Toadette. Toadette is always gonna be my rival. I hate her. She's like my least favorite. I'm going to beat her on every race.
What did she do to you?
I don't like Peachette, who's
she
like
like
Toadette
knocked me
turned
off the
into
track.
Peach.
Oh no, yeah. When a CPU knocks you off the track,
You're just like, I want to end
or
this
when they have
computer's
like
existence.
I think she hit me with a green shell too. I was like, you're kidding. Like, how did you angle that? Like,
Gr-
you're a CPU.
Green
Like, I
shell
was so
snipe,
mad.
green shell snipes are crazy though.
It makes me so mad.
Because you don't see it coming. It doesn't pop up
No.
on your radar, and you just feel like an absolute legend, especially when it like bounces
Narrowly
off a wall.
misses,
When
or,
it
like,
bounces
yeah,
off a wall to hit somebody, and you're the one who fired it, you're just like, let's freaking go.
Geometry.
That's a highlight of my day.
slay.
Finally, math class was worth it.
Oh gosh, it makes me so mad when a CPU does it though. I'm like, how? This is stupid.
You ever hit yourself with
I
your
do.
own
I
green
have.
shell?
If you've ever played Mario Kart, you definitely have.
100%.
Yeah.
That's like a shared experience. A canon event, if you.
Baby Peach is my character
Understandable.
who I just abhor.
I remember this actually.
Or Baby Daisy, and then Peachette. I could go into the lore implications of Peachette that I don't like.
Next week.
Next week.
We'll talk about that next week for
yeah,
sure.
I agree. I'll talk about Mario lore, the intricacies.
Yeah, we'll be more prepared.
We'll get our Nintendo expert back on.
Yeah, we'll get him back next week for sure.
Don't worry.
He's got the shirt.
Yeah, well, he has more actually, so we'll always have a Nintendo shirt.
Yeah. Well, now you've just set up an expectation that I have to fulfill.
Well, I'm sure you could fill it.
That's true.
I've seen how many you have.
Yeah, that's true. Mom says you're never gonna get a girlfriend if you keep wearing that shirt.
He got a girlfriend.
I love you, Mom, but you were wrong this time.
You did get a girlfriend because of wearing Nintendo stuff. So
Let's go.
all right. Well, that's our show for this week. We'll see you guys next week.
Yeah,
Please tune in on Saturdays around noon.
Yep. Peace.
See you guys.
Bye-bye.
The Omaha Supernovas are back in action this Sunday, February 25th versus the Orlando Valkyries at Edition Financial Arena in Orlando. The Mullen Motors pregame show with Derek Pearson and Renee Saunders starts at 1 p.m. with first serve at 2. Make sure to tune in to the next Ag Appraisal and Realty postgame show right after the match ends. Catch all the action on your flagship